Hey, welcome to our IF Keto Family Life Facebook page. Today we are going to be giving you some tips and sharing our experiences with avoiding holiday weight gain. So welcome if you are jumping on live with us. Always feel free to jump in and leave us a comment letting us know you're here. If you're catching this on the rebroadcast, we always appreciate you guys stopping by as well. Please make sure that you also leave us a comment so we know that you are here. And if you're catching this on the upload of my YouTube channel, please consider subscribing while you're there so that you'll be notified when we do upload new content. So like I said,
Welcome back.
Oh, welcome back. Yes.
Yeah, because you weren't here last week.
Oh, that's right. Welcome back. Yes. Michael did a great job. Thank you for supporting him on his solo trip. He definitely appreciates that. But today we are going to be talking about avoiding holiday weight gain. And we're going to give you guys some tips and some tricks and some things to think about in regards to the holidays and why it is we tend to kind of throw out the rule book and say, oh, it's just a day or it's just a season. But then as soon as that just passes us, we have some regret, or we're trying to make up for lost time, or we say the things to ourselves like, oh, well, next year I'll do things differently, or whatever it is that we do. So Michael and I have always been, fortunately, on the same page when it comes to taking care of ourselves and nutrition and health and those overall things, and even holidays. And we really have made some pretty specific changes and some very conscious decisions about how it is we manage our holiday season, and we just put up boundaries, basically. And my in-laws come to spend Thanksgiving with us every year. They understand our boundaries, and they're very welcoming to the fact that we just do things differently in our home, and they're totally okay with that. And we've taken some family traditional things and we've tweaked them to meet our needs because we don't want to feel sick. And I think sometimes what happens around holidays, especially food holidays, which seem to be just about every holiday, is that we lose sight of why it is we're celebrating in the first place. And we just become victim, basically, to what society or the Hallmark industry, we call them Hallmark holidays a lot, have deemed what we're supposed to celebrate or how we're supposed to celebrate, and we forget what we're celebrating. So Thanksgiving is a time to give thanks and be grateful and spend time with people who maybe we haven't seen for a while. Michael's parents fly in from California. Sometimes we only see them on Thanksgiving, and we really have decided that Thanksgiving for us is going to be about the people with a nice dinner, and not so much that it's going to be a day of just gluttony and overeating and throwing out the rule book and sort of ditching the past 11 months and all the progress and great changes that we've made just for one holiday sit down. And Michael, why don't you share some of your thoughts about what it is we do?
Well, I know in the past, I love Thanksgiving, and trust me, I've always had that feeling of, I can't wait to throw down on Thanksgiving, and I think we've all been in that mode of like, man, I can't wait. I'm going to eat I literally remember eating doing 2 or 3 plates in a row, and you're stuffed like a tick, and you just feel like you're going to pop. You're just so full. But you do that because that's what you've always done for Thanksgiving. Then you go and that tryptophan hits you and you fall asleep on the couch, right? And you can't move.
Or you eat till you're so full and then you wait till you're hungry again. Like you eat till you're so full and then then you time it so you can eat again.
Yeah. And that's so gluttonous. It's like, I can't even imagine trying to do that now. Like, why would you want to do that? And then like Diane was saying earlier, you get into that whole pattern of, okay, how am I going to correct this? And well, it'll just be the one day. So you do the one day. And I know for me in the past, it's like, well, I already did that one. I already blew it for like this whole week. I might as well just take this right into Christmas.
Yeah.
I could take this right into Christmas. And let's just worry about this January 1st. And then we fall into that January 1st crowd, New Year's resolution crowd, where everybody goes to the gym at the same day for like 2 months. The gym's packed. Everybody's on a diet. I don't want to live that life anymore. I just don't want to live that life.
Right.
And it's pretty typical for most families and most people. And I think as a man, you know, you really feel like, hey, I can do what I want. And, you know, it doesn't matter. Like I can throw down and eat this and drink that. Me and Diane were talking earlier. I was telling her about all these guys that I work with that are going through, this week we've had a massive stroke. A friend of mine died of a massive stroke this week. God rest his soul. We'll be going to his funeral tomorrow. And another guy I just found out before I left work had a widowmaker heart attack. It's like, what? I didn't even hear about it, you know, but
and another one had paramedics called in on his
today
shift.
As I was leaving, somebody had the paramedics called. Guy's ready to pass out. He's, you know, pale as a ghost, and there's paramedics there. So anyway, my point is that there's just, we do these same patterns, and I'm not like saying that, you know, I'm not dissecting the health of these guys that are getting really sick at work, but I just think it's a pattern. We're at that age, all of us included, that we just can't do what we want to do anymore, and there's all kinds of preventative measures nowadays that we can do. And this is a whole nother topic we'll get into on a different live, but I just wanted to touch on it a little bit because I think sometimes with the male ego, it's like, you know, because I've been laughed at plenty of times, like the way I eat, or, you know, the things I do, the practices that we have in our family. And, you know, you see people get sick all the time, and you just wonder, like, why more people don't try to take preventative measures and get checked up and try to eat better. And I mean, because I think it's collectively everything you do, you know, exercising, eating right. I mean, like, it's the same stuff, hydrating. It's the same stuff we always talk about in this community. But then you throw in Thanksgiving. Now let's just pile on. You know, I haven't gotten this.
I'll worry about it. I'll worry about it between Thanksgiving and Christmas, and then I'll worry about it between Christmas and New Year's, and then I'll worry about it in January, and then February,
and
then
New
March,
Year's,
and then you're back at Thanksgiving.
And you got people's birthdays coming up. Oh, and what's name's weddings coming up, and we're going to do that, and you know we're going to throw down some food there, and we're going to party, and we're going to drink, and we're going to, you know. So when do you ever get a break? So at some point you got to, like, just get it under control. And, you know, for us, we've managed it with, man, we know what we're buying for Thanksgiving. We fix that meal, we eat it, we're done.
Yeah.
You know, we enjoy it. We cook some really good stuff, but we don't go overboard like we used to in the past.
So some
I'm
things.
patting Callie, by the way. So my hand's doing.
So some things that we're going to do, or that we always do around the holidays, and some tips we want to share with you guys to help you avoid some holiday weight gain or have some regrets, or decide today what your action plan is going to be through this holiday season. So when you hit, I did some lives in my private groups today, where when you turn that calendar over to a new year, 2019, you're not making up for lost time. You're ahead of the game. You're not that person that's going to hit the gym again or start a diet again or whatever it is. You already are on that path, right? You already have control of your nutrition. You already feel great. You're going to walk into 2019 winning. Right? This is what you do. You made the decision today. Today, I am going to make sure that I'm consciously making decisions when I'm in a feast. I'm going to start incorporating my fasting more diligently. I'm going to fast longer. I'm going to do it more consistently. I'm going to start fasting. Keep your water intake up. I know there's people out there that say you need to drink half your body weight in age. I don't agree with that. I think you need to drink more than half your body weight in water. That you need to make the decision today, start implementing things so that when Thanksgiving hits, you already have the habits in place. We are working out this weekend. The weekend is when we hit our workouts harder and longer. We're working out this weekend. We're working out all next week. We already have our Thanksgiving Day workout on the schedule. Everyone knows that we work out on Thanksgiving. I used to have a tradition where every Thanksgiving morning I would wake up and run a 10K. That's because I just got it done. Check. Now, I don't have to worry about trying to fit it in later in the day, or I'll do it tomorrow. No, in the morning on Thanksgiving, work out, go for a long walk, take your guests that are in town on a walk with you around your neighborhood. Get a scheduled class in. He's going to ride the Peloton bike. They're having a special Thanksgiving ride. I'm going to run on the treadmill and get my run in the morning, so that even if we eat more than we're used to eating, it's not going to negatively affect us. Because when we wake up Friday morning, guess what we're going to do? The same thing we always do. We're going to get up. We're going to have our water. We're going to work out. We're going to fast. We're going to do everything on schedule, because a holiday doesn't take us off of our habits and our routine. It just enhances them. And I think that's what we really need to start looking at in regards to these holidays. Stop making them an excuse to feel like crap. The holiday is, any holiday is there to enlighten things for us. It's there to brighten our life. It's there to have an excuse to celebrate something. It's not an excuse to make yourself sick or to end the holiday feeling like crap. You should end a holiday feeling better than you went into it, because you just did positive things for yourself. You spread love and joy, and you get to interact with people that you don't get to see on a regular basis. And that should never leave you feeling like crap or feeling like I wish I wouldn't have. It should make you feeling like, wow, I can't wait to do that again. When are you guys going to come back over? When's the next time we can get together to have a meal? All of those things are how we should be looking at holiday seasons, and not as an excuse for making bad choices.
And sometimes you are going to stretch the limits a little bit and do some things that you wouldn't usually do, like, have some desserts or have some alcoholic beverages. Well, why not go into that season already prepped? You've already, like Diane said, you've already been doing your workouts. You already are on a schedule, and that one day is not going to matter.
Yeah.
But it is going to matter if you get completely thrown off. Now I'm just going to throw in the towel and let's just ride it into next year now.
Right. So if you're looking for some tips to avoid some holiday weight gain, we can make it super simple for you. If you've been living this lifestyle, continue living this lifestyle. If you want to make this year different and you don't know what to do, just make really obvious health changes. Cut out the excess sugar. I was on a webinar today. It says the average American eats between 125 to 150 grams of sugar a day.
Dang.
And we should be having 25 grams or less of processed sugar. I'm not talking carbs. I'm talking sugar. So if you factor carbohydrates in general into that, God only knows what that number is. So pay attention to those things. Be conscious of what kind of foods you're putting in your body. How much processed sugar are you taking in a day? Consciously cut it in half to start. How do you do that? Read labels. Make better food choices. Eat whole foods as opposed to processed foods. Eliminate unnecessary sugars. And then right there, you're going to start to feel better. Up your water intake. I say drink at least 100 ounces of water a day, and make sure there's some good stuff in it. Make sure it's filtered or mineralized, so that you're also putting in some good things into your body that you might be deficient in. Take a chance with that. And then make sure that when you're at a holiday get together, that you're not succumbing to the traditions of society. Because if you look at society as a whole, just knowing the statistic that the average American consumes 125 to 150 grams of processed sugar a day, that's a statistic. That's a societal thing. Don't be the norm. Step outside of that and consciously make decisions so that you're not part of the statistics anymore. And so celebrate differently. Don't make it about food. If it's nice where you live, go for a Thanksgiving walk. Share things you're thankful for with the people that you're with. I have my little thing right here from my little Gabby. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. I put it, it's a little piece of paper. I put it in the back of my phone, and she wrote me a little note about what she's thankful for me for. And how often do we practice that? Where you can just go on a walk with someone, or find 10 things that you're thankful for in your neighborhood. Flowers, green grass, people picking up their trash, picking up dog poop, whatever. Like, find things, and if we keep our mind in that mode of seeking out positive things, or seeking out thankful things, or proactively expressing what we're grateful for, we take our focus off the food. And I think if we take our focus off the food, that we'll find that we'll come out of these situations feeling so much
And when
better.
you say something that we've done different is we make way less food.
Yes.
Because if you have 10 pies in your house, you're going to feel like, oh, we got to eat these 10 pies. And no, you really don't have to. And we used to do the biggest turkey you could find, and you feel like you got to eat it all, So you're carving turkey for 3 weeks because you've made so much food. Now we'll do a simple turkey
Servings,
breast,
yeah.
and we'll use that turkey. We'll get the most out of that turkey breast, and the food we eat, we're pretty much
done with
it. We might have one set of leftovers,
and it won't feed the whole house. That'll feed the lucky person who gets it if they want leftovers.
Yeah.
And so those are things too. Like, it's not a time to overindulge. It's a time to just be, it's not a time to go in debt for a dinner either. Like, so don't overspend thinking that you have to have this, this house full of food. Be very realistic with your purchases, be very realistic with your preparation, and just know it's about the people. Make it about the people, even if you have to, put some things in place that are new. And what you'll find is it's probably a really great Thanksgiving because you're taking a lot of the stress off. Don't overconsume alcohol as well. That's that thing, especially if you have been fasting and you have been cutting back on your carbs and your sugars, will hit you like a brick, and you'll feel it, and it won't feel good. So have plenty of fancy waters around. Have your peach flavored Mountain Valley. If we have that in our house, we love it. Have some fancy things that don't necessarily have to fall in the category of alcohol. Have some fancier things, like we're going to make a cheese board. I think we'll probably do it on Wednesday because we'll have dinner on Thursday, but a little cheese board with some, with some salami and some deli meats and stuff like that. And that's going to be like dinner for us on Wednesday. And it's a special thing because we don't normally do that. So, be creative and step outside of the box and see if you can create some things that'll be new traditions for you guys. Garcia Jinder, hello. Thank you for jumping on with us. And Lori, great tips. Thank you for your motivation. Oh, you're welcome, girlfriend.
Yeah,
hey, we used to be those people, so we know. And what I can think about memories of feeling drugged out from Thanksgiving, and I don't want that feeling. Like, I know what that feels like. And so now we have a new experience. Like, we know what it feels like to wake up Friday morning after Thanksgiving and can't wait to get into our exercise routine or program or whatever we want to do for that day. And that's a mind mapping thing. We talk about that a lot in these communities of, changing your mind and changing your memory. And what is it you're looking forward to? We are looking forward to being energized and happy and healthy. We have a full day scheduled Friday after Thanksgiving with our in-laws out and away from the house. We can't feel like crap. We can't feel drained and fatigued. We have to be energized. And one way to do that is make really good choices on Thursday. Mm-hmm. Amy, Turkey Day, 5K. Kristen and I are signed up, and I will be a fasting queen. Amy, girlfriend, awesome, I swear, Amy. You make my heart so happy. I love watching what you guys are doing up there. And good for you. That'll be super fun. Yeah, 10Ks on Thanksgiving were always my thing. And I didn't always have to sign up for one. I would just go run a 10K. And that's the thing too. Like, if you don't have a race close by, or you don't want to get up, at an ungodly hour to go run a formal race somewhere, you don't have to. We know what race distances are, right? We know a 5K is 3.1. We know a 10K is 6.2. We know a half marathon is 3.1. We also know that 5 miles is a great distance to run. Heck, a mile is a great distance to run. Pick your distance and then schedule it for Thanksgiving morning and go run it, and make that part of your Thanksgiving tradition. And running on Thanksgiving morning has always been my tradition. And Amy, sounds like you guys are starting a great tradition up there as well. So yeah, just find something. Michael's going to be on the Peloton bike, and that's going to be his tradition thing. So find your thing and just make it part of your day, and that will really help you get through as well. And then make sure you're reading your, I did an Instagram video for this. Make sure you're reading your nutrition labels. That Thanksgiving food will sneak up on you as well. And remember, we've made a paradigm shift, right? When you feel crappy all the time, you just think that's the way you're supposed to feel. When you go through one of our courses and you're changing your lifestyle habits and you start to feel amazing again, it takes one slip up to go back to crappy, right? Because now you have a new reference point of how you're supposed to be feeling. So be aware of that. Be cautious of that. And if you consume something, especially at someone else's house, and you don't know how they made it, and you get exposed to something that inflames you or causes some sort of hormonal imbalance, it's going to drive you crazy. If that does happen to you, the best thing you could do is not dwell on it. Just get yourself into a clean fast and drink tons of water and get yourself out of this situation. Within a 24-hour period, you can usually correct something that's a simple, innocent slip up. So just know you have that in your tool belt. fast away a slip up or an accidental exposure to something because someone else prepared something and you were not aware of how it's prepared. So that's a little tip as well. And then read your food labels, because gluten-free box stuffing in the store will have soy in it. So you're trading one thing and you're getting something that's usually worse. So make sure you're reading those food labels for sure. Stay away from a lot of those corn products. If you've been avoiding them, that will hit you like a brick. I'm not having corn bread or stuffing this year. I haven't had it for the last couple of years. I make myself a wild rice, and I have a video I'll be sharing with you guys on how to do that. So make sure you're following me on Instagram. That's where all those are going. And I show you how to make a really simple wild rice recipe that has all the flavorings of stuffing but doesn't have those intolerance type effects on my body, and they'll have on yours too if you've been avoiding some of those things, right?
Yeah.
Right. Awesome. Anything else?
No, I think that's it. Just, take caution, like Diane says, and just don't.
And have fun.
Yeah, have fun. It's the holidays. Enjoy your holidays. Enjoy your people, and just don't go down that road that you're going to regret. Especially if you've already been working pretty hard at this and getting yourself right.
Yeah, our goal in this community with you guys is we're the people who flip the calendar over on a new year going, yes, I have nothing to make up for. I have nothing to lose. I'm so ahead of the game. 2019, what are you bringing?
Yeah, I'm gonna up my game in this next year.
Yeah.
And it's not gonna be I'm gonna lose weight in this next year. No, I'm gonna up my game.
From where I am, not from where
I'm at.
Yeah, need to go. Yeah, exactly. So that's what we hope for you guys too. So definitely, if you stop by on the rebroadcast, leave us a message. Let us know you were here. We want to hear from you. And if you have a question about anything Thanksgiving food prep wise, whatever, and you want a little suggestion or a little tweak idea, shoot them our way. We'll definitely share with you some tips and some things that we've done. And then make sure you're on my Instagram. It's For Today's Aging Woman. We're posting a lot of our holiday tweaks to what we do with food on that page, and hopefully you guys will be able to pick up some tips and tricks there as well. We love you guys. Have a safe and happy holiday. We won't be here next Friday because we will be spending the day with our in-laws, and Logan's coming home from school, so we'll be spending a family day on Friday. But we pray that you guys all have a great holiday and that you are surrounded by people that you love, and you'll find some things to be thankful for and grateful for yourselves.
Have a great weekend and a great Thanksgiving.